you guys know, Joey's in the starting lineup. We have no other transactions. Actually, we don't have any transactions yet, but he is in the starting lineup, so fire away.
Joe, what makes you feel better this time than maybe last?
I feel much more like myself. Health is not a thought while I'm competing, and I don't think about what I'm hitting. I don't think about it when I'm playing defense, when I'm running, sliding, diving. I don't think about anything other than execution. So that's been on my mind for almost exactly 1 calendar year. Health has been an issue, and now I'm back to full health.
You saw your post that you're back. Is this more relief today? You hinted yesterday that there were a lot of
Which post?
the one you dropped 20 seconds ago.
Oh, okay, all right.
By the way,
Yeah.
Is it relief today, Joe?
Of course, it's a long rehab. 10 months is a long time. And as I mentioned before, this is the first day I could have been back. I can't rejoin a winning ball club with championship aspirations without being fully ready. I recognize the momentum, I recognize the excitement, I recognize the culture, and it was my responsibility to make sure I come back and catch up, get up to speed with them. And I feel that.
During your career, Reds probably in the mix for the playoff spot about half that time. Like, how much do you kind of not take for granted now, the fact that you're coming back to a team that's really competing for a playoff spot?
There's 2 things I care about. I love to play. I'd be disingenuous if I said I didn't love to play. I love to play. And there's nothing like playing winning baseball. I've been with one team since 18 years old, since I've been 18 years old, and it's every time this team is in a position to compete for championships, it makes everything so much better. It's what I play for. It's what our team plays for. It's the culture we have in the clubhouse. I haven't spoken to the media much. I haven't been accessible, not because I'm not available, but because I've been trying to be supportive. But behind the scenes, the culture in the clubhouse, I've been witness to it. And things are changing for the best. It's a new generation. It's a new era of Reds baseball. And it's the players, the faces that you see on a nightly basis that everyone should be excited about. And as a Reds fan, I'm excited about it too. I feel lucky and grateful to be able to come back and play. I feel like I just got called up, if I'm most sincere. I feel like this is 2007 all over again, and I just got called up, and we'll see how I play, but I can't wait to compete. I'm down in the lineup. When I first got called up, I think I hit deeper in the lineup. I love it. I love it. And most importantly, I love that I'm joining a team that is doing so well that I have to be a value add. I have to be an add. So it's the type of ball I want to play. I've said this before. I want to perform well. It's what I expect to do as long as I wear a uniform. And now I'm in a position where I only have a choice to play well, which is even more like right up my alley. So I'm stoked. Everything is about the guys in the clubhouse, the Reds, the fan base. I feel the excitement in the city. I'm just grateful. I'm really grateful to be back and to be a part of this.
You spoke about in spring training about the surgery was very difficult emotionally.
Emotionally? I didn't say it was emotional.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say mentally either.
You said the surgery was difficult.
Yeah, it's a challenging surgery. Yeah, just to be clear, if I said mentally, I don't remember saying that, but it's a new experience, and it was more confusing at times, just because at times you think you're getting better, but it turns out there's like another stretch of time and more improvements to be made. And but I was optimistic. It was so frustrating, to go from 2021, where we're a competitive team and I'm a competitive player, to struggling mightily last year, and the energy is like, is he done, sort of thing. And I didn't feel that at all. I was just real not healthy. And so I'll let you ask your question, but just to respond, I'm happy to be healthy, really more than anything. And I was satisfied to have the surgery and recover from the surgery.
So the excitement today is very clear that you're excited to be back. How difficult has these last couple of months been, though?
Difficult. We're 37 and 35. I'm stoked.
For you personally, not being able to play with big clubs?
I'm a Cincinnati Red, and I'm watching a team move towards a championship. This is what our goal is. One step at a time, of course, but this is what we play for. And as a Red, whether I was in a Louisville Bats clubhouse, I wish I had a photographer that followed me all the time to see me staring up at the games, just like stoked about it and excited for my guys. I'm, and these are good dudes. These are good dudes that are so easy to cheer for. So, yeah, I'm happy. These past 2 months have been great. They've been great. And I think that all Reds fans would agree.
So in the context of what you're describing, all these new faces and this great success that you've had, and you coming back healthy, how do you anticipate fitting into that on a day-to-day basis, just sort of logistically as much as anything?
Well, I walked in the clubhouse today, and I said, one of the first faces I saw was Matt McClain. And I say, hey, Matty, good to see you. And he goes, hey, good to have you back in the clubhouse. It's nice to have you back. Take it easy, sort of thing. Just kind of put me in my place. And it's exactly what I was looking for. As far as fitting in, I've been around the whole time. The best way to fit in sport is by performing well. And I've played with some guys that I haven't been, hey, John, I haven't been fond of, and guys that I've loved. And ultimately, whether they perform or not is how I perceive them. So in a uniform on the field. So it's my responsibility.
The fact that you've been through some runs towards the playoffs, do you embrace maybe the role of being a sounding board also for some of these young guys as what to expect?
I don't think like that. I think about prepping and performing each day. I think about that feeling of, as I mentioned before, just getting called up, that hunger, that excitement, that uncertainty. It's probably my favorite part, how uncertain I feel right now. And I feel like in those scenarios I've thrived. That's the thing that stands out to me as far as being in this position. You'd have to ask my ex-teammates and current teammates how they perceive me. I'm not comfortable at all speaking on leadership or mentorship or what people think of me. I don't believe that. I've heard that tone before. I've heard that commentary before about leadership, and to me, that's not the sort of thing you take. That's the sort of thing that's given to you. And so, I'm one of the guys. I always have been since the day I entered the league until now. I've always been one of the guys, and it's something I pride myself in. And I can't wait to, get back with the guys.
When you do get to the plate for the first time and you hear that ovation, what will you feel, Joe?
What will I feel?
Yeah.
Ask me after the game. And if you don't want to talk to me after the game, then you can DM me, slide in my DMs,
Have you thought about it?
Have I thought about it? It's been 10 months, of course. I've definitely thought about getting back in the box. I just miss competing. I miss competing. I miss competing healthily. I love that. It's what I've been doing for my entire adult life, and it gets harder, and you become more addicted to it as you do it as a professional, because you get more distance, you become more objective, and you realize, oh, this can be taken away from me at any time. I'm lucky to be here. This is not something that just just falls in your lap. You have to grind and adjust, and it's never easy, and it's never been harder in my career, and that's a great thing. That's something I'm most excited about.
With that, would you say you have a newfound appreciation for playing the game?
No, there's been stretches where I've kind of taken things for granted, but I've been good for a lot of my career where it's like I'm just kind of playing well and not thinking about anything, like thinking about getting through today's game and then wash, rinse, and repeat for 6 months. But as far as like being in this position, kind of this uncertain position, I haven't been in this position often, but it's pretty fun. It's satisfying. Last time?
You were felt uncertain.
Last time was after David benched me in 2020. Yeah. After I was reassigned momentarily to the bench before returning to play. Please continue.
Are you surprised how long it took for you to come back?
I suppose, but to get up to major league game speed after this, I mean, it's a crummy injury, and almost all the 500. I'm not a 500 homer guy, but almost all the 500 homer guys, their back arm is their dominant arm, and if your back arm isn't healthy and strong, David Ortiz, Hank Aaron, the great Hank Aaron, Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, that's their back arm, that's their power arm. So I had to make sure I felt strong, and it's not surprising to me at all.
Your approach to the plate, is your focus power and homers like it was for most of 21 and 2, or how much has your approach changed?
No, I was letting it go in Louisville. I just, the first, I've heard some things about, I've tried not to listen to too much stuff, but I've heard some things about how I perform in Louisville. The first bit was just like, it took me about 5-10 or so days, maybe 5+ games of like kind of getting comfortable again, just kind of trusting that I could let it go. And for the past week plus, 10 days plus, I've just hit like myself. Now it's just the smaller things, and I didn't know any. It was a great experience going down there. I put on my Instagram story that I was grateful to have the Louisville Bats support. So yeah.
Joey, you mentioned how close you've been watching the Reds games, especially Louisville. What specifically has stood out to you watching the team, specifically over this recent week?
Yeah, it's the thing that stands out to me the most is, and it's the thing that I emphasized down in during my rehab, is like the base running. I tried my hardest to run every single ball out to get my conditioning up, run every fly ball out, run every ground ball out, I attempted to steal bases, just to fit in, because the first to thirds, the pass balls, the beating out a double play on the front end, all these things are part of this culture, and I want to be here. I want to wear a Reds uniform till the end of my career, very clearly. And the culture is that. So I have to, get in to fit in, sort of thing. So.
Before you had the surgery, you indicated that you played through some of the effects of the injury for some amount of time.
Yeah.
So when you say now that post-surgery you feel more like yourself, you feel, how far back is yourself? Because you probably lost a little bit of what yourself was when you were playing through the injury, I'm assuming. So how much different do you feel physically, your swing and whatnot, that you did, going back a ways?
I feel good. Most of the issue was in my elbow and my hand. It wasn't so much my shoulder. I tore my rotator cuff in 15, and my bicep was the issue, and it was causing problems in my elbow and my hand. I wasn't able to grip the bat. I wasn't able to take a one-handed swing. I wasn't able to practice. Now I don't think about practice. Now I'm back to smash mode. Like, I go in the cage and I try to smash the ball. Once I find, I'm trying to work towards something specific hitting wise, but I'm just about there or right there. So, yeah.
Joe, what do you expect your role to be? You're still an everyday player. How much have you discussed that with David?
I was just called up, and I'm here to compete for a job. So that's my mentality. That's my attitude. Everything's earned in this game regardless. You know, guaranteed contract guys get released all the time, and my attitude is the same way. You know, I've been hungry since the day I entered this league. Nothing's changed. Now, sometimes you can sense that you know, you might need to guard your bowl, you know, sort of thing. And I'm down for the challenge for sure. So yeah, I recognize that I have to perform well at all times, but it's always been that way. It's always been that way, and that's my favorite part about this job in particular. So.
How does this positive culture in the clubhouse compare to previous playoff teams that you've been on with this generation of players?
You know, I'll say this. First of all, we just, and I haven't been here all year, so I'm wary of speaking too much. I don't want to discredit the effort, but you know, we just passed the halfway point in the season. You know, so there's plenty of competition to go. The language that I've heard in the clubhouse is day by day, we're going to work, we're going to compete, we're coming for it. And with that attitude, that takes you far in this game. That's my take on that.
Among the rule changes that have come about are the pitch clock.
He slid in my DMs, by the way. Thank you. Thanks. Nice message. Thank you. Meant a lot.
The pitch clock, how does it feel to you? Do you even notice it?
No, I'd like to lead the league in least timeouts.
What do you think of the automated balls and strikes?
It's good. It's good. It's interesting because half the week it's challenge where the umpire calls balls and strikes, and half the week it's just the automated balls and strikes. But I thought we'll see. Yeah.
You could give De La Cruz one piece of advice, Joey. What would it be?
If I could give him one piece of advice, you always have to keep going. And when I say keep going, it's like you're going to encounter things that you never encountered before in all facets of the game, and but you have to keep going. Resiliency is probably the sixth tool. If you can just keep plugging away, and yeah.
Joey, what's your take on America's team? Are you ready to say that?
I'm glad I have my citizenship. Yeah. Yeah. I'll say it again. I'm glad I have my citizenship. There we go.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
David's on his way.